What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot Laddering. So we are playing more with this Eternatus Colossal Lapras team that we played on Tuesday. Really excited to just jump right back in with this team and see if we can do some actual Eternatus things today, because I know we didn't really get to pop off with Eternatus to showcase just how much it could actually do in the last video, but I have a good feeling about today. Let's see what we can do. And as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live, pound that like button if there's any point during this video that you enjoyed it, and comment down below. I know we're always looking for new rental teams and everything else, so leave a comment down below if you have something spicy for us. Alright, game number one, we got Talonflame Dialga. Interesting. Backed up with Cinderace, Garchomp, Galarian, Moltres, and Swampert. Alright, alright. What are we doing here? You know? What are we doing? I think this might just be like Togekiss, Eternatus up front with late game Cole. I kind of want Rillaboom just for Swampert, but I don't know if that's actually good here. Like, Eternatus kind of can just power through it. I don't hate this. You know what? Let's do it. Let's lock it in. Let's see what our opponent is bringing to the table here. As we get some wild encounter music. Sick. So it is going to be Talonflame Garchomp up front. Not the best lead for us. But actually, no, this is actually pretty great. Because Togekiss just ignores everything that Garchomp has going on. So with a Follow Me here and a Meteor Beam into this Talonflame, we'll be at +1. Like, if they Dynamax their Garchomp here, I feel like we're in a pretty great position just on turn 1. Like, they're going to get Tailwind up, which is whatever. I don't really care about it. But what this is going to do, the reason I went for the Follow Me is because if they do go for the Dynamax there, both of Garchomp's stabs are completely negated by Togekiss. So they can't go for Ground. They can't go for Quake into it because it's Flying type. It can't go for Wyrmwind because we're Fairy type. So, like, everything that they want to do to our Eternatus, they just can't. So we are going to get to +1 off of our Meteor Beam here. And that should be a dead bird. I don't believe Charty Berry is going to save this from +1. Nope, not close. So where's the Sash then, opponent? That's the question. Where's your Sash? Because honestly, that's like the biggest thing that I was worried about was Sash there, but we know they have Garchomp in the back. Eternatus just kind of eats that alive. So the question is, what is this Swampert going for? And honestly, I really wish we had Rillaboom right now, because Rillaboom would just completely body this thing. They're just going to bring out the big Space Dragon itself. Well, they could EQ here. Let's think about this. What is our play? Because this is Steel Spike into Togekiss, and potentially an EQ to take out Eternatus. So what if we ally switch and Protect. Make them burn a turn of their Dynamax. They're not going for it. Okay. Got him. Got him. Sick. Just really want to target down my Eternatus. Interesting. Well, I think it's about time we try to take out this dragon. And I think we can just continue to ignore this Swampert for a turn. They're not committing the Dynamax here again. Babiri is going to trigger, but we're going to eat that up. They do get the special defense drop, which is kind of unfortunate. But they are Life Orb on the Dialga, so that's good. Alright, so this is a +1 Helping Hand Dynamax Cannon. Not even close. Cool. Get out here, Dialga. Sit down. Wow, wow. So, I'm assuming their game plan is to now Dynamax the Garchomp. Which, them having Life Orb on Dialga and Shardy on the Talonflame makes me think that this is potentially Sash. It'd be bizarre, but it's not unlikely. I'm kind of fine with Togekiss staying in and going to sleep here. Like, I think this just puts us in a winning position if we go for this. Like, what is Garchomp going to do to Togekiss here? And we know we outspeed the Swampert even though they are in Tailwind. So, I can't imagine that there's too much that this Garchomp can do that actually threatens our Eternatus here, and then we can pick up the KO on it. It would be very bizarre if this is Focus Sash, but it's, like, it wouldn't be the craziest thing I've ever heard. Wide Guard. So this is just like full on support from Swampert here. Interesting. And there is the Rockfall. Gonna take out our Togekiss. Completely fine by that though. So the question is are you Rough Skin or are you Sandvale? I'm really hoping for I'm really hoping for Rough Skin, and then we can just connect here. Yep, there it is. Cool, cool. So that should be a KO'd Garchomp now. Cool. So you have support Swampert versus the world. We can bring out Urshifu. Why not? Why not? I really want to fire off another Dynamax Cannon. Hopefully our opponent will let us. Please. Please let us. See, like, we don't even need Dynamax to win this game. Eternatus doing the clean 4-0 sweep here is real great for us. Not enough to pick up the KO on the Swampert though. Sorry, Eternatus is gonna be a 3-0. Mago Berry, interesting. Man, that's a really, really bulky Swampert. But this is perfect because now it gives us a another shot at Eternatus picking up the KO. So really, it all works out in our favor. Like if they go for Protect here, then Urshifu gets to clean up. If they don't, then the Eternatus gets to pick up the clean 4-0. Cool. GG's, opponent. GG's. Yeah, Togekiss getting to flex its wings there. Really just kind of just bodied our opponent's team, to be honest with you. The ally switch kind of came in clutch on that turn. Them doubling into the Eternatus there, or what was the Togekiss, and just doubling into our protectors, really critical for us. It would have been obviously better had we burned a turn of our opponent's Dynamax, but it didn't really matter because we just one-shot them through their Dynamax. So I'll take it. Let's get into game number 2 here. I'm really glad we actually got to showcase just the power of Eternatus there. So let's see. There's no restricted. They don't have a restricted, and they have a wishy-washy. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. It's a wishy-washy Rhyperior. Drampa. 3 mons you do not see at all in Series 8. But 3 mons have work exceptionally well under Trick Room. Followed by Amoonguss and Rillaboom and the Trick Room setter of Dusclops. So Rillaboom's going to be absolutely bananas here. Going to be able to taunt the Dusclops and ignore Rage Powder. It's going to be great for us. I think we want to back that up with probably Eternatus, to be honest with you. Just go crazy here on turn 1. And then I like Lapras. It bodies most of their things, excluding exactly Rillaboom, which we have Eternatus for. I think Togekiss kind of wants to come here. I like Cole, I think. Do I like Cole? I think I like Urshifu more than Cole. Let's do it. So let's see what our opponent's bringing to the table here. It is Amoonguss and Dusclops. Interesting. So I think my play this turn is to taunt the Dusclops. And do I fear the Spore? Do I fear the Spore and go for Protect this turn? I could also just Meteor Beam, get to +1. Why not? We'll go into the Dusclops just in case they don't go for Trick Room. Yeah, they're going to protect the Amoonguss, so that's great. This is all great. Everything is coming up Millhouse for us. I think that's the phrase. I really hope that's the phrase. Dang good damage there, too. And we do get the taunt into the Dusclops. And no Trick Room for you. No, no, no! No, 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 opponent. I kind of want to taunt the Amoonguss. I think there's a very good chance that the Dusclops switches out here. So I'm just going to go for the Flamethrower into the Amoonguss here. I think they anticipated like Fake Out plus double up into the Amoonguss that turn. Taunt Rillaboom is not something that people see, and as a result, it's not something they anticipate. But man, it has been insanely good here for us. They are going to withdraw the Dusclops. They are going to bring in the little wishy-washy opponent. You do know I have a very angry monkey here, right? who wants to eat your fish for lunch. They're gonna... you know? This isn't what I anticipated today. But this game... We get the burns, that's cool. Wait, hold on. What? What is going on? Alright. I revoke everything that I've said. This is great. They now have a +3 Amoongus. That should go down to another flamethrower here, so I'm not really worried about that. But now we can just bring in Lapras here. And we can thunder down this Wishy-Washy. We could double into the Amoongus. I mean, they're not going to switch out, right? So we might as well just get some chip in on this. Like, they can't max guard because we taunted them. So I don't see any reason not to just go for the flamethrower here to pick up the KO on it. Man, I was not ready for weakness policy Amoongus tonight. I was not ready for Dynamax weakness policy Amoongus. Like, I've said historically, in a Dynamax format, you can slap a weakness policy on anything and make it good. Our opponent is testing that theory, and it is very interesting to say the least. I'm not sure if it's good, but it is definitely interesting. So we're going to see that flamethrower into the Amoongus, pick up the KO on it. There's the Max Lightning into the Wishy-Washy. And do okay damage. All things considered, okay damage. U-turn Wishy-Washy. Interesting. Wonder what their last is. Because we know they have Dusclops here. And in comes the Dusclops. I wonder if they just bring back out Wishy-Washy here, or if they... Because they could have Drampa, they could have Rillaboom. I believe that's Rillaboom. No, that's Rhyperior. Interesting. I mean, I'm going to target down this Rhyperior. It's like, if they get Trick Room up, it doesn't really matter at this point. I feel like we're so far ahead that it doesn't really matter. The old bait and switch. Good play from our opponent. But they're going to bring out a Wishy-Washy, which, I mean, it doesn't really have an ability here. It doesn't actually accomplish anything here for our opponent. Show me the ally switch. Dang. Couldn't be that lucky. Not quite enough to pick up the KO on the Dusclops there, but pretty good damage nonetheless. And we are going to make it rain. So, I think this turn, I think the biggest thing that is like a problem for us is like Pain Split into Lapras. So I'm going to max guard this turn. And pick up the KO on the onto the Dusclops. Like, I feel like we're in a commanding position, and losing Lapras is just going to make that worse, because Lapras cleans up this endgame by itself. Like, Eternatus obviously is very good here as well. But if we can just avoid, like, a pain split exactly this turn, I think we win this game. I mean, that did a chunk. Yeah, there's a Nightshade. Okay. And that is going to be a KO on the Dusclops. Okay. Good enough for me. So we know it's Rhyperior and about half health Wishy-Washy versus Lapras, Colossal, and about half HP Eternatus here. So, oops. I mean, we could click Perish Song, but I actually think it would be easier and more efficient for us to not. I think they're going to continue to target down the Eternatus here, so we're going to go for the Protect this turn. And then, like, we should be able to take out the Rhyperior, pending that we connect the Hydro Pump this turn. And then next turn, we can switch into Coal. Yep, there's the Iron Tail. Stone Edge into Lapras. Holy cow! It wasn't even a crit. Holy cow. Oh, we have Urshifu, not Cole in the back. This is fine, though. Like, we have rain-boosted Surging Strikes here. Two turns of Trick Room, so we have to attack this turn. I think if we can pick up the KO on the Rhyperior, we can win this game. I wonder if this is Choice Band. High horsepower into the Urshifu. We get to live that. That's great for us. That is absolutely, absolutely wonderful. Goodbye. Sit down. And this should be GG. Like, we have +1 on the Eternatus here. This Dynamax Cannon should pick up the KO here, I would think. Not quite, but they're going to go into their small form here. And that should be enough for us, because we can double protect this turn. Choice Band Wishy-Washy. You'll love to see it, guys. You'll love to see it. Really, really interesting team here from our opponent, and it definitely caught me off guard. I'm very interested in that calc from the... They're not Choice Band. They're a mix set. Weird. Very, very weird. So what is their item? I want to see this team. I need more of this in my life. This legitimately might be something that I work on for Series 9. Maybe not the complete to the point where oh, we got it. We got it all. Max special attack, max HP. Holy cow. They don't have Rage Powder. They don't have Spore. Holy cow. Grassy Seed. All-out attacker. Man, this is wicked. Icy Wind. Not something you see, but they need a way to proc their policy. Is Dusclops slower than Rillaboom? Yeah, it is. Okay. Throat Spray, Hyper Voice. Yeah, this is sick too. Super interesting. Leftovers. Opponent, you do know this thing just goes down to like max special defense. Okay. Oh, it's even Lightning Rod. Holy cow. This is a team. This is a team. Holy cow. Oh, it's Assault Vest. This is weird. I can say that is definitely a new one. I want to play with something similar to that when Series 9 comes up. I want to work on refining that and seeing what we can actually do with it. Because the Mons are all really unique. And Rhyperior was probably my sleeper pick for Series 7. So getting to play some more obscure off-the-wall Pokemon with it is kind of right up my alley. I can get down with that. So that might be something that gets worked on here in the future. But let's get in one more for the day, and we'll call it a day after that. But like I said, everyone, that team was amazing. And if that doesn't get you to hit that like button, I don't know what's going to. So make sure you pound that like button for that last team, especially if you want to see it. I will work on it if you all are willing to pound that like button enough for me. Opponent. Hello? I would like to play another game, please. Just one more game. That's all I would like. I would like to win one more and get pulled into Master Ball, please. Hey, there we go. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Alright, so we got Torn Ogre backed up by Reggie Weezing. By Weezing Gigas here. Rounding out the team, they have Raichu and presumably Dark Urshifu. So what puts on the most pressure against Weezing Gigas? I was going to say Urshifu Cole, but I don't particularly care for that because we don't get our Steam Engine boost. So this might be like Togekiss Lapras. What if we do like Togekiss Eternatus? Like this gets bodied if they have like Max Hailstorm. I think Lapras is a must bring here. I think Rillaboom is a must bring. I think leaving Cole home today is the correct choice. I think not getting our Steam Engine boost means that Cole is really, really not great here for us. But that's fine. That's why we have other members of the team. So let's see if we can pull off the 3-0 today and get pulled into Master Ball. Let's see if we can do it. There's the Weezing Gigas lead. Exactly what we like to see. Question is, do they go Protect on turn 1 here with the Weezing? And what does the Gigas do? I mean, I'm just going to target down this Gigas this turn. I think they're going to Protect with the Weezing. They're going to protect with the Gigas. Interesting. They're going to set up like a substitute? Now they're going to go for a taunt. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I meant to... So we can go into Lapras here. And I kind of want to protect this turn. Let's Meteor Beam into the Weezing. See what we can do here. I'm anticipating a Dynamax from the Gigas this turn now. There it is. There it is. Premier Ball Gigas, I like it. The question is what is Gigas doing? I can see a bunch of different things coming out here. No Protect from the Weezing's good. The question is are you Sash? Because I don't know if a +1 Meteor Beam is going to be enough to take it out here. Close. Very close. Citrus? That looks like Citrus. Yep. Okay. And there's the Quake. Presumably, we're going to lose Eternatus here. Yep. But I'm kind of fine with this. They're going to get the special defense boost. Which is annoying, but not the end of the world. And we're going to see a Sludge Bomb into my Lapras. Okay. They do get the poison, which is really, really annoying. But now we can bring back out Togekiss. And I want to go for the Resonance into the Weezing this turn. I'm going to go for an Ally Switch, anticipating the Taunt and potentially another Max Quake this turn, and this time into the Lapras. But I really want to get Screens up here in front of Gigas, try to prevent some of the damage output that's coming from it. Now that they've shown us Taunt on Weezing, it's easier to play around it, I feel like. Yeah, there's the Protect from the Weezing. That's fine, though. Like, I'm just worried about getting Screens up this turn. There's a Max Strike and Togekiss. Not enough to take it out, but that's completely fine by me. So that means I can take another hit into that slot next turn. Not going to do a lot there, but that's completely fine. Because we got Screens up. And that's the part that really matters here. So now we can go for... the... I think we click Follow Me this turn. And we're going to go for a Geyser into the Weezing. Pick up the KO on it, presumably. Problem is Gigas is obviously going to get another attack off here. And they're going to get to fully utilize their 3 turns of Dynamax, whereas we did not. Like, I mean, okay, I shouldn't say we didn't. Like, to the extent that they did, I feel like we definitely did not. There's another Max Strike. Togekiss down. Question is what is Gigas doing? What is the Weezing doing? What's interesting about this is if we can get into a board state where we come down to like a 2v2, our Lapras is going to presumably be the slowest thing on the field, and we can set up a Prayer Song KO. Okay, Weezing does go down. So slow start is going to re-trigger. More importantly, we're going to get Water Absorb if they decide to bring in Kyogre here. But now we also get to bring in Rillaboom. I don't, for the life of me, do not want to click Max Lightning. I don't care if there's a Kyogre on the other side. I am not clicking Max Lightning because they could have Raichu in the back, and it's going to get rid of my terrain, and I don't want either of those things to happen. So what I'm going to do this turn is I am just going to Fake Out into the Kyogre, and we're going to go for a Max Geyser into the Gigas, anticipating them to switch into the Raichu, and then we can presumably pick up the KO. They are going to protect the Kyogre, that's fine. This is going to be protect on Weezing as well, or on Gigas. Nope, okay. They're just going to Giga Impact me. Well, that's really rude. Yeah, behind screens, we're going to get to live that. So, Gigas is incapacitated for another turn. So now I can just completely ignore it for this next turn. Well, I lied. It does go down. Dang it, Lapras. Why do you have to crit? The one time I don't want you to crit, you do. I really wanted to leave that slot open for another turn, but it's alright. We're okay. So it's really weird having Parasong on our Lapras when we also don't have Protect. But that's fine. I'm going to taunt this Eternatus, and I am going to click Parasong this turn. Kyogre goes for the double but misses. Eternatus is going to go for the Hurricane, and is going to pick up the KO on the Rillaboom. Maybe we should have just gone for the attack there, but it's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Grassy terrain is going to negate the poison, so that's cool. So I'm going to target down this Eternatus, presuming that the Kyogre only has water attacks to hit my Lapras. There's a Hurricane. No confusion. Oh, and they do have Thunder. Okay, GG opponent, GG. I think I got greedy there, going for the Parasong and the taunt there. I think had we just attacked that turn, I think we were in a way better position. But like, I don't know. I don't think I played that turn one optimally as well. I think, not to take anything away from our opponent, I think our opponent played that game very, very well. Going for the... They don't have Dynamax candies on their Kyogre. That's disrespectful to Kyogre. They have Scald over Origin Pulse. Also interesting. But them going for the Taunt plus Protect on turn one was really smart on their end. Just making it where I'm basically people are conditioned to this point where Weezing is going to click Protect on turn one. So our opponent is just like next leveling that by ignoring it and instead going for going for that taunt there was really, really good for them. Just because it completely negated my Togekiss. They do, in fact, have the Iron Head on Gigas, so they could have done a ton of damage to us. But also getting Gigas and Weezing to +1 on their special defense was really unfortunate for us. Interesting thing about that, the Gigas would have lived had we not crit because they were at +1. So that crit, in a way, kind of cost us the game, because like if the Gigas sits on the field for another turn, we then get to Grassy Glide into the Kyogre, like Grassy Glide plus Thunder into the Kyogre, pick up the KO on it, and then it's Gigas that's turned off plus Tornadus versus Lapras and Rillaboom. And I think that's an end game we're set up to win as well. I do want to look at the Tornadus. Yeah, their only damaging attack is Hurricane, so I think we could have won that end game. But that is going to be it, everyone. I am going to throw this rental code up one more time on our way out, just so you can get that, and you can play this team if you've enjoyed it. Once again, shout-outs to EB for putting this team together. Eric, thank you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed our time with this team so far, but going back to the old schedule, we got one more day with this team, and it's going to pull us into Master Ball on Saturday. I have a feeling. So thank you all very much. Have a good one. Peace.